Well, hello, and thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Raising OKC Kids. I'm Lindsay Cuomo, digital editor at Metro Family, and today we will be discussing a summer camp program that you might not heard of yet. Rose State Kids College offers so many programs for every child in your household. Matthew Weinrich, director of the Kids College for Rose State, is here to talk with us about what might be the best fit for your child, as well as how to get them ready for summer camps. Thanks for joining us, Matt.
Thanks, and I'm excited to be here today.
Well, let's start with some introductions. Let's let everyone know your background. So you were born in Superior, Montana, and then spent your childhood kind of moving all over the Western United States.
Yep.
Matthew attended Oklahoma State University, where he graduated with a bachelor's degree in secondary education. He's currently the director of the Kids College, and he loves every moment of what he does at work and enjoys participating in many of the same activities they offer in his free time. Matthew and his wife, Danielle, have two sons, Elijah, who is 10, and August, who is 7.
Yep.
I'd love to open up our discussion about why summer camps are important.
Well, summer camps are always a big deal to me growing up. So it's a great way for kids to stay active, and it's a fun and positive learning environment. And in these times when some kids can just be left alone to play video games constantly and different stuff. And it's a great, positive, active way where kids can learn and grow and have great role models. And it's just a fun way for kids to not just be sitting idly doing something at home.
I love that. As a parent, I want ways that are no argument ways to walk away from video games. So summer camp is a
We
good
do
ride.
offer video games though, but it's in a constructive way.
Oh, even better, even better. I can tell them you can still play. Well, you mentioned that you attended summer camps as a kid. What were some of the most impactful moments for you? Like, what do you think you got out of those?
Well, some of my best memories, like you said, I'm from the West Coast. So some of my best memories are from the West and just growing up in that kind of scenario. I learned a bunch of fun skills, which I've kind of translated in some ways to Rose State College, because I offer a lot of a wide array of stuff, which we'll probably talk about later. But like I learned to surf at a summer camp. I learned all about all sorts of different outdoor activities at different summer camps throughout my childhood. So I just love the fun skills that aren't remediation, that kids can actually be excited about coming and are just walking through my door with a smile on their face and just bobbing up and down, being excited. And that's the kind of experiences I had growing up. And so I want that for my camp.
I love that because I think there's an excitement for learning that sometimes we can get burnt out by the time summertime comes around. So it's a good way to kind of refresh that. And it seems like that was the experience for you.
Yes, definitely.
So what do you think is a good age to attend a summer camp for the first time? And is there a prime age for your guys' summer camps?
Well, I don't think we are first through ninth grade for Kids College, and aerospace goes through rising 12th grade. And I don't really think there's a designated age, because we have all sorts of things for different kids. Like we have Pokemon for first through second graders. And I mean, you go in there and they're just going crazy talking about Pokemon. And I specifically mispronounce Pokemon names and they just like try to attack me because they're just like, so, I mean, and then there's 3D printing, like Star Wars edition for another camp that is obviously for older kids. And they're just like in the zone, 3D printing it, the Death Star. And it's just like, they're just like in it. So, I mean, there's really not a prime age. I've tried to really work and develop stuff for those individual ages, age groups, I guess.
Well, that sounds really exciting. And especially getting to try new things that I don't think that I've ever tried before. 3D printing is kind of mesmerizing to me. So really excited about that one. So how do you encourage kids? How can parents encourage kids in these new environments to make the most of this camp experience? What would be your tips to help parents kind of ease that anxiety?
Yeah. Well, number one, I'd say we're a lot different than other camps. I mean, we have a certified instructor, and then we have what we call counselors, which are either juniors or seniors in high school, or usually college kids, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
And so we have quite a few of them. So we have a lot more. We're not one-to-one with kids to students, but we have a lot more flexibility in terms of we're not going to send 30 kids to the science museum and have one person there or something like that. So we can really ease a kid into a transition. And every summer there's a kid who's having a hard time separating from his mom. And I grab one of my counselors and we talk through it. But besides that, I would say set the stage if a kid has a lot of anxiety and just explain to them what's going to happen. And from there, I mean, we have lots of parents who that first day of check-in, I mean, it's kind of like uh, the stages just like any other school day where we try to like separate and we're trying to go a little further today, a little bit further today. And that happens all the time. And we're really adjustable in that kind of setting.
Well, I know as a parent, my kids had a little bit of anxiety separating, and I had those moments of like, oh, this really is good for them. So it's good to know that you guys are prepared to help ease both the kid and the adult anxiety at drop-off time. That's definitely hard if it's your first time. So to further put parents' mind at ease, can you address safety and security measures that you guys have in place at the camps?
Yes, so we have a Midwest City police officer on site right there the whole time. And we also have every door is always locked. And then we also have kids check, which you come in, you have a personalized digital pin, and that is for you only. And then you check them in and check them out. It's not your like old school summer camp where your parent runs in and the kid just runs out. It's nothing like that. It's not that. So we're very conscious of safety and security.
That's great to hear. Sounds like it's a very safe and fun environment. And it seems that you guys have a quite impressive list. You've listed just a few of what you guys offer. You have everything from STEM classes, video games, sports, art, so much more. I love that you mentioned that small class sizes with certified teachers. These are all boxes that are checking off my parent list. I even saw that you guys have alpacas and drones and candy engineering. So much going on all summer long. Classes start in June and June 5th and run all the way to July 27th. But why do you offer so many?
Well, I want each kid to learn a fun skill and have fun. Like, I also want a wide variety of things because I realize, like, right now, kids all like so many different things. And there's a lot of camps out there that are just very niche and just one thing or two things. And I really don't want to do that. I want to offer a bunch of different things. And what's great about offering more versus less is we will have parents, this happens every year, where they're like, we want you to try something new, but we also know that you're in love with Pokemon. So the morning you're going to try Pokemon out. In the afternoon, you're going to learn how to shoot a bow and arrow in archery. And like, it's just a really good mix because it allows for so much learning of new things that are positive. And it's not the same thing either. It's always different and just all over the place. And it's always fun.
I like that. Such a good sales pitch that mom can get some of her goals for the summer accomplished and kids can still have a lot of fun. So what are some of your favorites or perhaps maybe the most popular classes?
Well, my children are addicted to Pokemon, so I love Pokemon classes. I go in that class a lot. I don't remember if you asked me about alpacas or if you're gonna ask me later, but I love alpacas. I made that class last year and it was so popular. But I love all of the computer classes, the Minecraft classes, the coding classes. That's kind of my niche anyways. And then I also like, I mean, we offer sports, bowling, everything. So, I mean, it's just kind of a wide array. And that's kind of like me. I really like a lot of different things.
Mhm. Yeah, it's nice to be. My oldest son has decided that he's no longer like he doesn't want to be defined by a single interest. So I love that he could do a lot of things. I think this speaks to him. He's always loved dogs, and now he's saying, I don't want to be that anymore. I want to be more. So you're speaking to me here. So you brought up alpacas, and I cannot not ask about this. So why alpacas, and what are kids learning and doing in that camp?
Well, so last summer, one of my instructors had a crazy idea. She's like, I want to do something, more outside. And I was like, that's fine. I love that. And so we just decided to make an alpaca class. And I was like, let's do this. And so we kind of went into it, and sorry, my phone dinging on me. And we just kind of went into it, and we visit a bunch of different kind of alpaca operations. We visit more of like the petting zoo kind of, I would say, kind of ones where kids are literally like, and you can hug alpacas and stuff. And there's a common misconception too, and I didn't know this until I actually went, because I did this, that alpacas have hooves like horses, but they don't. They have a padded foot like a dog. So they really, and they don't bite either. So they're really not, all they can do is spit at you.
Okay.
That's another thing. But so like they're really friendly and fun. But then we also kind of do more of the other sides of alpacas, and we learn kind of all about that. I don't want to just say the alpaca industry, but also like that whole maybe sheep and pig industry. Like then we go to another farm that's all about showing alpacas and like a breeding operation, and they sell their alpacas to different people. And so we kind of touch on everything, and it's just fun because I want the kids to see different things and step out of their comfort zones. And our instructor absolutely loves it. It's just so it was like one of our most popular classes last year.
I am kind of wishing you had this for grown-ups. That sounds like a fantastic week. I love that. So let's talk about aerospace, something for some of the older kids. Is this a good first step for kids who might have some life goals set on working somewhere like Boeing or NASA? Like, what are you going to have for aerospace?
So it's definitely a good first step. It's kind of like getting your toes wet, and there's a lot of information and stuff that is brought up. So in the past, we've done different rocket launches and different things, and we have to get clearance from the Air Force Base next to us to do that. So
Wow,
I mean, we're talking real stuff too.
that's
Um,
neat.
but it's just a really, really good way to step into the kind of like, the STEM industry maybe,
Mhm.
and figure out if you kind of like it. And it's a really good first step, I would say, like you said, getting your toes wet, kind of learning about all sorts of different stuff.
Yeah, what a great thing to have in Oklahoma because there are so many jobs in that field. So just kind of sparking that interest, it could be a really great career option.
Right.
So Rose State also offers scholarships for kids who might not have the full resources to go to summer camp. Can you kind of talk us through that process for kids who might need a little extra financial assistance?
Yeah, I want summer, especially our summer camp, to be accessible to all kids. So our team is constantly on the lookout for different programs and grants to partner with. Uh, we've recently partnered and are currently partnered with the city of Midwest City, who's offering full ride scholarships for students who meet their income requirements. We also, as far as Rose State, have added tuition assistance, which is designed to help some families pay some of their way. Because I really do want, I feel like some kids just get left behind and families, and I don't want to do that. So we offer a wide variety there. I've also added a multi-sibling discount and a military discount as well. So
Those are great resources to hear. I'm so glad you shared that with us. And, kind of to go off the cuff here, one of the things that's pretty intriguing to me is that you guys are all doing this on a college campus. So there's that like element of excitement and also kind of this introduction to the next level. So that's really intriguing to me. Is that incorporated in the class, in the camps? And,
yeah,
how do you work that?
like for example, in drones, we have a guest speaker who comes in from the drone program at
Oh,
Rose
great.
State and talks to him and shows the massive, like, I don't want to call them military drones, but the massive drones and different stuff. So we try to tie in our curriculum, at least, especially with our older kids. I
Mhm.
wouldn't say so much with the younger groups,
Mhm.
but into fields that show what Rose State has to offer as a college as well.
I think that's incredible. My kids are older, so anytime you can kind of expose them to that next level, it kind of helps them not have that anxiety later on. So this is a really great way to kind of get your feet wet in what it's like to be on a college campus. So summer camps are great, like we have talked about exposing kids to new learning opportunities and experiences. But for parents, they often double as a way to get childcare as well. So I know that the traditional camp hours don't always mirror maybe a parent's work schedule. Do you guys offer before and after care?
Yes, so we go 7:30 to 5:30, which includes before and after care.
Mhm.
Our class schedule, though, is we have an AM and a PM class. Our AM is 9 to 12, and then we have a 1 hour lunch where they're on campus with us, and then a 1 to 4 class. So they do a different camp in the morning, a different camp in the afternoon, separated by lunch. But there's also after and before care that goes from 7:30 to 5:30 as well.
That's a great resource. So all of this has been such a wonderful conversation. I'm excited to hear about what you guys are doing at Rose State and to learn about all the great camps that you guys there. I love that there's so many diverse interests that you're offering and getting kids excited about learning. But what's the one thing that inspires what you do every day?
Well, I tell my kids every morning, and I stole this from one of my Rose State parents who enrolled, and it was like 6 or 7 years ago. And I have young children, so I tell them every morning to be kind and honest, but most of all, have fun. And I said, if you can do those three things, you'll have a great day, and I will be happy. And so I kind of build my camps around that. I want, that kind of fun skill, fun experience, and I I try to live by that as well.
Hey, that sounds like the formula for happiness right there. If you can accomplish those things every day, you really have had a great day. For those listening, check out Rose State Kids College, and sign up for their summer camps online while they still have room. You can find more information at workforce.rose.edu/STEM to learn more. Join us next time on Raising OKC Kids.